However bad the situation can be, that's where the military wants to excel as well. So we're taking the approach of autonomous vehicles and solving them from problems at its most extreme. And we think the commercial world is going to eventually have to meet with the other side, coming from the most extreme to make those commercial products available to all. But we also start in some of the military issues as well. So with that, it takes a whole bunch of people involved, and so I'll introduce our Chair of Electrical and Computer Engineering, Professor.
Thank you, Brandon, and welcome to Senator Stabenow. Just very quickly, I'm here representing the Department of Electrical Engineering, but I think also the whole College of Engineering, looks like it. And we're sort of undertaking a deliberate effort to expand our footprint in autonomy and mobility and robotics and so forth for a couple of reasons. We see it as important. It's important for our students. There are all kinds of job opportunities in that area right now. It's important to industry. When I talk to recruiters who come from career fair, if they say they're looking for electrical engineers, very often they're looking for controls engineers. And I think it's important for the state of Michigan, because I know that both you and Senator Peters feel like it would be great if Michigan could be the center of the universe for mobility and transportation and so forth. And so we're trying to do our part in that area. So
we've got the new center, so down a little around.
So we want to be effective in that arena. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the Chairman Boss, who's actually going to be doing the work.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. Senator Stabenow. Yeah, so I want to talk about our initiatives in autonomy, industrial automation, mobility, and controls. And really where this comes out of, most of the students who go into engineering, especially mechanical engineering and electrical engineering, they get their start, their first exposure to engineering through first robotics. And so this focus on industrial automation, robotics, mobility, controls is really a way to capture that, to try to create a virtuous cycle. You saw the robots as you came in, right? And they're eye-catching, right? And we also think that they'll be eye-catching for prospective students, and also for students, in outreach events. They show well. It basically shows something physical that we're doing, but it's also something that's important, not only relative to solving problems in their mobility, but also serving our constituents. So there's a lot of demand from industry. This is kind of a single point of value in terms of salaries, but the jobs that are available in the area of industrial automation controls are some of the highest paying. You look at the back of SAE magazine, you look through the job postings that exist there, it's an arms race right now in the area of autonomy, especially between the big three and companies like Uber, Google, etc. We're needing to prove that these systems are reliable. And that is not something that has been done successfully. It's not where companies in Silicon Valley really have their focus. Right? The automotive industry here in Michigan, we do have that expertise, and I believe that we have the right group of people here to be able to address that.
There's one thing to have a prototype and you have something you can show. It's another thing to actually have something that people will use.
Exactly. If you look at the other slides in your packet, there's a little bit more detail on what the problem is. There are no autonomous vehicle manufacturers, research groups that have a fully autonomous vehicle right now. Uber right now, every single mile in Pittsburgh, there is someone who has to engage with the vehicle.
Oh, really?
And I think it may have been Uber also had an accident last week. Right?
Yeah.
And so there's still lots of challenges. It doesn't even begin to address the problem of trying to operate an autonomous vehicle up here, as I call it, autonomy at the end of the earth.
Right, yeah.
The types of conditions we encounter up here are like nowhere else. So.
Well, the other thing is, having been in an autonomous vehicle down in Ann Arbor, in city, when you get done with all the technical part, then you have to deal with the human beings who get in a vehicle. And it's very strange, and then the whole debate about do you even have a steering wheel or not, and you really don't need one. It's probably less efficient, but it makes the person in the car right now feel more comfortable, like you could, grab the wheel or something. But so on top of all the technical pieces, I think there's a whole cultural piece of people feeling comfortable to move something like what Uber talks about, moving the vehicles. I think that's a challenge in and of itself.